G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for the first video in my coverage of my Grim Dawn Community League Season 7 journey. For anybody wondering what a Grim Dawn Community League is, or when Grim Dawn got seasons, all you need to know is that this is a mod for a community-made league for Grim Dawn, and it adds a whole bunch of new things, including what is effectively an entirely new act, as well as several things to do at endgame. There will be links in the description below for the About page for the season website and the season Discord, where you can find all the information you need. These videos are not going to be my normal long play format. I'm going to play on my own, and if anything interesting happens, like say I fight a major boss, or maybe I die because I'm playing on the hardcore ladder, there will be a little clip of it. So these will be semi-daily updates where I kind of show the highlights of the characters that I'm playing. I will also include, if I remember, the Grim Tools link for where the character was at the time of the various clips, or maybe just every 10 levels or so, or if there's a major change in the build. So I couldn't decide what I wanted to play this league, and I can't just play in the sand like I normally do with PoE on the beach, so I've abdicated my responsibilities to pick a character to a virtual wheel this season. This is a spinning wheel, as you can see, with all of the masteries on it, and this is how I'm going to decide my first character. I'm not too worried about what classes I get. The first character is just kind of there to get to 100, farm up something worth playing, get some gear, get merits and such unlocked, maybe kill Loka. We'll see how we go. So I'm going to spin this twice, and whatever masteries come up is what I'm going to have. So first mastery off the ranks is Necromancer? Arcanist. Come on, give me Arcanist. Okay. All right, we've got Necromancer. Let's go ahead and hide the Necromancer, and we'll see which secondary class we're going to get. Now, obviously, with Necromancer, we've got all of the pet options. If we get a Shaman, I'll probably do Vitality Primal Strike. If we get a Cultist, well, that's another Kabbalist. I've already done pets, so that'd probably be maybe something melee, or maybe I would do a Vitality Caster. We get Nightblade, that's Reaper. Looking at probably a melee Reaper. Arcanist is a Spellbinder. I've just finished one of those, but some sort of caster most likely. Oathkeeper, we could look at doing pistols, or maybe some sort of spin to win, either Vitality or physical. Inquisitor or Demolitionist would be interesting. Demolitionist, I could do Fire Pets. I could do maybe Gargable's Pistols, perhaps. Inquisitor, I would most likely do a Vitality Caster. And Soldier, honestly, if I get Soldier, I'm going to do Aether Force Wave and then farm up gear for the Lich Crusader set and do a hybrid pet build with that. At least that's the plan. But anyway, like I said, this first character is just for getting to 100 and farming up some stuff to make the second and third characters much easier. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and spin it again. We are playing a Vitality Caster by the looks of it. So we've got Inquisitor and Necromancer, which is the Apostate. So let's jump into the game here. And let's go ahead and create a character. Now, last season, my character's name was Cake, and we're not going to make Cake 2. We are going to play Hardcore, and I'm going to play Veteran, of course. Some sort of name for a vampire. What do we got? What are we thinking? Alright, I think we go with something like Elizabeta, which if you know, you know, and if you don't, it was Dracula's wife before he became Dracula. Okay, let's go ahead and jump in, and I'm actually going to stop the recording here, and I will see you when I get to Krieg. Here we are, just outside of Krieg's little hidey hole, and we'll do a little bit of a rundown on the build. I am playing on Hardcore Veteran, as you can see there, and I have a grand total of 0 points because I haven't really done anything notable. We are playing an Apostate. I have indeed plugged it in. We are locked into Apostate here. Single point into Inquisitor here. Just make sure I can't change my mind. For the Necromancer tree, we pretty much have Spectral Binding, maxed out Spectral Wrath, and then Ravenous Earth has got a few points in it as well. And in the Inquisitor tree, nothing. For Devotions, we've got the Bat, the bat is bound to Ravenous Earth, and this is just doing vitality damage and some lifesteal based off of that. So this is keeping me alive. The Ravenous Earth looks like this. It's a giant poison volcano thing. This is actually a pretty good clear skill, although it does have a few issues with single target. It's mostly doing okay. As far as gear goes, the highlight, I guess, is this aggressive Fiendish Effigy of Soleil's Malice, which has given me the Doombolt proc there. This is a Vitality build, so getting the Vitality damage on that is pretty good. This is an AoE damage proc. I do also have a Lightning Bolt proc on the main hand, and I've got the Insight proc on the chest. I don't think there's any other procs, at least none I can think of, on any of my other gear. I did pick up the Slith Primal Ring because it's really good for leveling. Also found this, I can't even remember where. I did consider using Word of Pain for a little bit when I got this, but no, we're just going Ravenous Earth. Milton's Cask, because obviously, and then the components I have so far is the Purified Salt on the offhand. I actually can't afford to make another one, otherwise I would have a second one on my main hand. And I've got 2 Scaled Hides on the chest and legs. I will, of course, be doing a little bit of crafting before I head into Act 2, assuming I don't die here to Krieg, which is pretty unlikely, let's be honest. Okay, speaking of Krieg, let's go knock on his door. See if we can get his friends to pop out of the ground first. Let's just give this... there they are. I was going to say let's give it a second, but they decided they were coming out now. Alright, so Krieg's active. I don't want to get stuck in the hallway there with him. Now, the general gist of how to kill him is you just run around. As long as you're moving, he will have trouble hitting you. As long as you don't stand on his traps, which I'll be honest, I'm gonna stand on them. It's going to happen. Once you get him down in his first form, the traps all go away, so you don't have to worry about them after that point. But there we go. I told you I'd stand on one. You do get sundered if you step on the traps, so try not to. Here comes the second form. Oop, and I just stood there and took that like a champ. There we go. Okay, so first form is dead. Let's neck a potion and get some energy back. Now, I do want to get hit occasionally here. Probably want to avoid the stomp, but then get back into melee. So when I get hit, it triggers Spectral Wrath. So actually, I think I'm just going to stand in melee range and see what happens. I get stomped. It doesn't really hurt. Kind of hurts a little bit, but not really. And I am leeching back a little bit of health. I'm sitting on my healing potion here. Let's go ahead and use that now that I'm low. And I'm also sitting on that energy potion. So Ravenous Earth, especially later when you start being able to cast them more often, is really going to destroy your energy bar unless you're investing into it. But for just fighting Krieg here, I mean, he's pretty much dead. Dodge that last stomp, and he should die now. There we go. Alright, Blade Dancer's handguards look like that. Royal Jelly. Let's not stand in the goop. Vigorous Warden's Fortress. We've got a Wraithbound Warden's Judgment. I should have gone with pets, but anyway, we decided on no pets. So I'm going to pick all of these up, and that's going to be the end of Act 1. I'm going to... Ooh, Explorer's Footpads. Let's go ahead and chuck those on for sure. The Explorer's set gives you 5% bonus XP per piece of it, and the boots have move speed as well, so pretty good. More pet gear, because obviously it's going to give me pet gear. And Arcane Winds here. That's probably fine, although that armor, I think I'll wear that for the armor alone. Yeah, I'm going to dip my toes into the Forgotten Gods to get a movement rune, and then just get on with Act 2. So, I will see you at the next update. And then I logged out halfway to Cronley's lair, and I was greeted with this screen. This tells me that the Vitality Caster Apostate is not the way to go. So upon consulting with some top men, the very top men, I've decided on Elemental Cadence Battle Mage. So I'm going to give that a shot. It does unfortunately mean we're either leveling with Cadence, which is generally bad, or we're leveling with Force Wave, which is overdone. Anyway, I'll think of something, and I'm going to roll this up and I will see you in front of Krieg's house. And then I played the soldier all the way up to the Warden's Laboratory waypoint, whereupon I decided that actually I wanted the text color in the chat window to be cyan, so as I could actually read it. And so I thought, well, I can ask in the chat, but then I'll look pretty silly, won't I? Doesn't even know how to change the colors. But maybe if I go back to character select and then enter the game again, the chat will refresh and it'll tell me what the command is. So I tried that. And upon logging out, I was greeted with this screen again. So I made another character and logged in the hopes that I could at least change the color, and it turns out that it doesn't refresh, so it didn't even tell me. Anyhow, unfortunately this means that at the end of my day one video, I am at the exact same position I was at the start of the day one video, plus a couple of blueprints and some scrap in the stash. Unfortunately, that is going to be the end of this video, so I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and goodbye for now.